Hello everyone. So this is Dr. Jayanthi from Tamira Plastic Surgery, and I have Dr. Anish here who is also from Tamira. And we thought you have hundreds of videos on hair transplant, the protocols and injectables available on the net. Many of you might have certain questions. Whenever I met you all for consultation, you've asked me some questions. So on your behalf, I thought we can debate, we can discuss to understand hair transplant procedure in detail. There are so many terminologies that are there, why there is a difference in terminology, why the results are so variable between individual. Is it a permanent fix for baldness? Do you have to take medication? So let's discuss. We will go from the basics in this video. If you have not seen other conditions, subscribe to our channels and follow our other videos. Any questions that you have, you can put your questions in the comments and we will be very happy to answer for you. But today, let's take the topic of we are going to talk about male pattern baldness, which we call androgenic alopecia in men specifically. And let's deep dive into this particular topic. So I will discuss with Anish and so that we give you a clear understanding of why someone develops, is it genetic, what you've heard this word called epigenetic, what is happening and all of that. Okay, Anish. So most of the patients who come to us, right, first of all, people say that my father does not have baldness or nobody in my family have baldness, I have baldness. And there is some people who say I moved from Bangalore to Chennai or Chennai to Delhi, and because ever since I moved I've lost all my hair. Tell the viewers why somebody develops androgenic alopecia, what could be the contributory factor for it to happen early, because they talk about shift and they talk about younger age and all of that. So let's first cover that.
So this is Dr. Anish. So androgenetic alopecia, as the name starts, andro and genetic. So someone who has a genetic history or someone whose parents in the father's side or even in the mother's side have history of baldness, they are more likely to have. Doesn't mean that someone whose parents have had baldness or in their generation has baldness means that you are going to be bald for sure. This is a likelihood. And on the opposite, if some patient comes and tells us that none of my parents, not the father's side, not on the mother's side, are having baldness, but I got bald. So these are probably due to epigenetic changes that happen, that from one generation to other, there is some changes that has happened which has caused you to become bald. And also the lifestyle changes that we as younger individuals have had has predisposed us to start getting earlier baldness as compared to the previous generations.
So what is the one pathophysiology or a group of pathophysiology that happens that is causing baldness when it comes to androgenic alopecia?
Okay, all these factors like genetic issues or lifestyle changes or stress, or for that matter, all of these will increase the amount of androgens in the body. These androgens will get converted into a hormone specifically called dihydrotestosterone. This conversion happens in the root of the hair, and that is why all those hairs which is in the balding zone of our head, that is where the conversion happens, and this DHT is the reason why the stem cells as well as the root or the dermal papular cells will get affected and the hair will start becoming thinner and thinner, which is called miniaturization.
Now tell us why this happens only in the frontal and parietal scalp, while the side and the back this doesn't happen. So you're telling us it is androgens, and because of androgens it's getting converted to DHT. Androgen receptors are also present in follicles in the rest of the body.
Yes.
But why in specifically in the frontoparietal, that is frontal means here, parietal is here. So why only in this scalp the DHT causes that effect while it doesn't cause on the side and the back?
Correct. So it's a very peculiar thing. So in the frontal and as well as the parietal area, the receptor for DHT is more sensitive as compared to in the back area, which is typically the safe zone or the donor area. The decreased sensitivity for the DHT is also because there is some changes that happen in the receptor which makes the DHT not being particularly going and attaching onto the receptor. Also there is a hormone which is called aromatase that is present in our even on the fat cells. That aromatase hormone is also present in the safe area or the back side of your head, and this converts the testosterone into estrogen rather than allowing the testosterone to get converted into DHT, and that is why there is a decreased concentration of DHT in the back side of the head, and that prevents the hair on the donor area to get lost except for this area on the frontal and the parietal area.
So you beautifully explained about why this androgenic alopecia doesn't affect follicles from the side and the back of hair. So the three reason is one, sensitivity of androgen receptors. Probably that's because of the methylation of the androgen receptors in the follicles from the back and the side. The second is the aromatase that is present more in concentration in the back and the side, and probably the concentration of the androgen receptors as such, right?
Yes.
These are the three reasons why the side and the back less affected compared to the top. But then the same DHT, right, causes a different effect in the body hair, especially beard or the other body hair. So, many patients we've seen, those who come with complete grade 7 baldness, have thick beard and body hair. So, why is that phenomena happening?